It's a new day. It's a new way.
Another day is waiting for me to make it through.
Did you know that it's possible to start every day on the right note?
A chance to make it right.
What's the best decision you ever made in your life? And are you still sticking to it?
It's a new day.
And I want to offer you the best way to start your day and the best way to fill your day with the thoughts and ideas that will build your life for good.
It's a new way, a new beginning, a chance to make it right.
What's the hardest thing that you've ever had to do? I'm not just talking about the hardest thing you've had to do at work or at home or in some other issue or aspect of your life. But what's the hardest thing you've ever had to do ever in your life? Think about that for a few moments, and we'll come back together again after the break.
It's a new way, a new beginning, a chance to make it right. It's a new way, a new beginning.
The story of Joseph, of course, is one of the most moving ones we find in the Bible, and certainly a powerful human story of the need to reach out to the members of your own family, because in most cases it's the members of your family that cause the greatest hurt, and they're the ones that need to be forgiven. Well, the story goes that the family, also experiencing the same famine that was affecting the entire known world at the time, were in need of food, and they heard that there's food in Egypt. And so Jacob sends his sons, the remaining sons, all the way to Egypt to go and find food for the rest of the family. And they come into contact with Joseph, not knowing that it's him, but of course he immediately recognizes his brothers, the ones who sold him into slavery. He goes through an elaborate process of figuring out and finding out whether they've really changed. Have they found a level of remorse? Are they sorry for what they did to their brother? Do they even remember him? Do they care what happened to him? And as he begins to discover that, yes, indeed, there is a connection from these brothers to him. His father is still alive. His younger brother is still alive. Joseph finds out that, yes, they are indeed sorry for what happened to him. But he has to forgive them for what happened. And the chapter 45, which is a moving story of the connection, of the reconnection, reunion of the family, of the brothers in particular, is a wonderful reminder of what it takes to forgive somebody else. There are three things that come out of that chapter, and these are three things that I think are a powerful lesson and help for us to forgive. The first one is that Joseph faced the truth. He realized he had to tell his brothers, I am Joseph. I am the brother that you sold into slavery. And of course, with that realization, they were blown away. They realized, yes, they had wronged their brother, grievously wronged him. And here he was, he had every right to get pure retribution from them as a result of what they had done. But Joseph faced the truth, and so did his brothers. The second thing that they did is that he had to take responsibility. The brothers had to take responsibility for their actions. They had to take responsibility for the fact that they did what they did to Joseph, even knowing that he was in great anguish looking out for their help. And Joseph took responsibility by saying, you know, even though this was the most painful experience of my life, God had a plan for it. God decided to use this experience, not only for my sake, but to help my family. And the third thing that the family had to do, or the brothers had to do, is that they had to take the step to forgive. Number one, they had to face the truth. Secondly, they take responsibility for what wrongs they did and what purposes God was fulfilling. And finally, they had to forgive. They had to reach out to one another. Joseph did so by embracing his brothers. His brothers, of course, in great remorse and in great self-pity, came to him and asked for his forgiveness. But they forgave. They were restored. It's going to be a tough call, but I'm asking you today to think about someone that perhaps God is speaking to you about forgiving. And it's hard. And I understand that it's hard. It wasn't easy for Joseph. It took him a long time to get to the place where he was willing to forgive. But I don't think it's an accident that here I am this morning asking you to forgive somebody who hurt you. And perhaps God is asking you to take the same steps that Joseph did. And it may take a while, and forgiveness always does. But if you will face the truth, accept responsibility, knowing that God has a plan for your life, and that should never be robbed from you, and then actually take steps to forgive. If you will do that, I believe your life can be on a whole new trajectory, and you could start on a whole new footing as a result of doing what Joseph did.
It's a new way, a new
Have a blessed day today. And I hope that I will hear from you soon and hear your stories of how God led you through this path of forgiveness, that perhaps today was the day that you actually took the step to forgive a person who had hurt you deeply. Let me know what your experiences are. Share your thoughts and post your thoughts and ideas and experiences on our Facebook page at Facebook Hope TV Kenya. And send us an SMS if you'd like to, and just say, God has lifted this burden off my mind and off my heart and off my life because I chose today to forgive someone else. God bless you, and I know that you'll have a complete transformation as you do what the Word of God tells us to.
It's a new way.